Now, going back now to my presentation. As was mentioned, I worked for President Kagame twice, 2000 to 2002. It didn't work out. When I decided to leave back to South Africa, where I used to live, not in good terms. 2006, he invites me back. We sort ourselves out. He says, no, you can come back and lead the economic reforms, some of the things that we were hearing, which I did up to January 2010. I fled. And one of the issues was actually the same celebrations of the economic miracle. Statistics that are not really credible. I always stood my ground and said, Your Excellency, we are analysts, monitors, reviewers, so if we can't cook statistics. I'll throw some statistic here that people can come also can go out and look for themselves. If you see, for example, poverty reduction, Rwanda would say, well, 43% of the population are poor. You go to the World Bank, IMF, if you use 1.20 cents dollar as a definition, that's the globally accepted definition, 63% live under that. If we use another global accepted definition, $2 a day, 83% of Rwandans are poor. So people are mistaking the clean streets of Kigali as measure of development. So anyway, that was my conflict. I said, no, we develop, but development is a lie. Is not a lie. It's not prestige. No, it's hard knocks of policy making. So I fled, and when I fled to South Africa, then that's really when my problems began. Chest. Then in 2013, 2014, after the death of my colleague Karegeya, same town, Johannesburg, I thought that was a good sign. I fled even from South Africa. So I went back to Canada. Canadian government itself monitors me and other colleagues because we're not safe. But at least I can sleep a little more peacefully than, say, Johannesburg. Now, the human rights situation, I really don't have much to add beyond what the colleagues earlier on presented. But what I can add on, though, is the angle that most reports fail to capture. They fail to capture four things. First of all, if we look at the human rights situation, the horrific situation in Rwanda, we have to look what we divide prior to 2012 as a phase, then after 2012. Then in those two periods, we look at the targets, who are the targeted types. We look at the official stance. We look at the global environment in Rwanda. And then we look at the impact on development. So let's look at the target between those two periods. Prior to 2012, the targets for harassment, imprisonment, or even killings like political opponents or media. So individuals like Victoire Ingabire, Dio Mushahidi, these are the people who wanted to compete that are now in jail. We look, in terms of killings, we look at people like Seth Sendashonga. We look at the opposition leader basically beheaded in 2010. So the media types, editors. So really, that period, the targets are clear and predictable. It's either political or media types. But now, when we go now into post-2012, it's no longer just that. No. 3 months ago, President Kagame's personal doctor, Dr. Emmanuel Gasakure, shot in the police cell, killed. Gustave Mokononi, this is the coordinator for Transparency International, strangled. Kagame's personal driver, killed. So, whereas in the prior period, as I said, it's clear, the targets, but now it's almost random. Okay, now, number two, the difference between the two periods. Prior to 2012, the official stance or the official attitude was deny, deny, deny. Post-2012, it's celebration. President Kagame himself, after Karegeya died, said, no, we did not kill him, but I wish we did. Moreover, people like him, it's only when and how. Of all places, that was stated in breakfast prayer in Kigali. Then, few months later, again, the President Kagame said, oh, those people who are making noise about the human rights. No, no, no. We are not only going to imprison people, we are shooting them, we're going to shoot them in the broad daylight. All this is in the public domain. So that's difference number two. So the difference number three between the prior and post 2012. Prior 2012, you see, the environment was basically, it's a kind of the usual, the environment was a kind of the usual dictatorial regime. The usual dictatorial regime is, well, you know, for ordinary folk, you just live on and there is no problem. The people who have problems are those high up in politics. But you see, this is no longer the situation. The situation now is that actually we are no longer talking about dictatorship. We're talking about now a totalitarian state seeking to control. So as we move and drive fear into the population, so as we move to 2017, with this business of constitution, the villages, the towns, they are being forced to sign up to say, hey, we want a constitutional amendment. So what you're going to see there in Rwanda is not people demonstrating against the third term, but rather people demanding that the man stays. It's orders. In Rwanda, the smallest administrative unit in the system is called Nyumba Kumi. That means 10 houses. Every 10 houses are watched by one individual. And as you move on, the whole state machinery driving fear is well established. Okay. The last difference between the two periods, the impact on development. Again, you hear how Rwanda is a great success story. Prior to 2012, you see, underground, the government was grabbing business, not on surface. You wouldn't know it. Well, even American companies like Chevron, property grabbed. But those was kind of underground. But no, now in this current period, there is no apology for grabbing business. A $20 million mall, UTC, in the center of Kigali, is grabbed. And because the owner does not live there. It's as if it's like it's like saying, so in the UK, if I say, well, since Bill Gates does not live in the UK, we are grabbing Microsoft. It's pure madness. So it's that environment then that really it's anti-developmental. So let me now conclude. We thank you again for holding this hearing. We thank you for fighting for the VOA. But also we encourage you that we take this, I saw those hard questions you were posing. So I think we need to keep on that, perhaps even think of a congressional resolution that can seriously have an impact on policy change towards Rwanda. I thank you very much.